Hello and welcome to Tour de Cart. We all get nervous and excited when we hear there's an update.
Hello, I'm Angela's brother, Mark.
Hey, I'm Angela's husband, Ryan.
I'm Angela. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us in this one. So this is kind of an urgent video. We did get the update that we talked about in our Bowser Tour episode. So Ryan's got it pulled up here. The first thing is battles are coming to single player and multiplayer. And they're talking about, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, traditional battle mode with balloons that we always used to play like in every version of Mario Kart except for this one.
So this was something that was missing, right?
Yeah, like I think this is really good for the game. I guess pretty much like got all traditional Mario Kart modes now.
Right. And then you can do it kind of in multiplayer and just by yourself. So whatever way, you should hopefully be able to play with your friends then and say, let's make a room and let's battle and, have some fun.
Does that mean there's going to be a single player ranked mode if you're playing against bots, or is it just for fun?
Who knows? Should be fun though, huh?
Yeah. You're excited by this, Mark?
I am. Yeah, it's a new aspect of the game. Hopefully they handle it well, and hopefully they tested it really well, and it's not going to come out all glitchy. So that's what I'm fearful for. And we're gonna have like update after update of them being, hey, we fixed this. But no, I think this is good. Battle mode is always kind of, when you're kind of getting sick of racing on and on again, you can switch over to battle mode, and it's kind of a whole different experience. So you get your balloons and you try to not get hit by stuff and kind of run around in circles and try to hit other people. So it should be a cool aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll add in other forms of battle mode like they have on MK8.
Like who can pick up the most coins and
steal
coins from one another and stuff like that. I know capture the flag was another one as well.
Yeah, some of that stuff would be really fun. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I feel like that's a pretty big thing to add.
So they already kind of warned us about this, that standard and gold races were now going to be put into just one multiplayer race, but it is making it clear that if you're a gold pass subscriber, you'll still be able to increase your grade from S and higher. So it doesn't seem like if you're not gold pass, you're not going to get higher than S then.
What it also means is no matter when you race multiplayer, you can also lose. Hopefully by not as much.
It doesn't say anything about dropping.
I think that goes hand in hand.
I'm optimistic. You can't lose it.
Hopefully it won't be as dramatic as when doing gold races. So again, they tell us how we can cancel gold pass if this particular thing upsets us a lot. I suppose. So
here's the bigger stuff. I feel like this is kind of game shattering news. Shop renovations. We'll be adding a spotlight shop where you can exchange rubies for drivers, carts, and gliders featured in tours. New drivers, carts, and gliders, as well as drivers, carts, and gliders who have appeared in the past will be available. And here's the bold in bright yellow. Along with this, the pipe you can fire by using rubies will be removed.
Whoa.
No more gotcha. Like, we had to like reread this like 3 times to be like, wait a second, what's happening?
This is all going to be starting, it says in the tour that begins after October 5th. I don't know. There's also this little thing of benefit that applied to some drivers, carts, and gliders who appeared in the pipes. You could fire by using rubies that boosted them. So the second and third race of all cups during the tour, favorite and favorite courses will be removed.
Ryan, what do you mean when you said no more gotcha?
So the whole mechanic, like basically we're like kind of gambling when we go into a pipe, especially like this gold chuck pipe is like a perfect example of that. It's that kind of gambling lottery kind of thing, pulling on a pipe or opening a box, kind of loot box in a game is called gotcha mechanics.
Like gotcha, you got your item.
Yeah, or gotcha, you didn't get your item. So there's actually been a big debate about that with multiple countries, especially in the EU. And there's countries that have been banned games that had gotcha mechanics. And there's others that are moving towards banning it. Like Netherlands is looking at doing that. Spain is looking at severely restricting it, and Belgium has banned it. So and there's a lot of other countries. I wasn't able to find all of them, but there's a lot of other countries that have restrictions. And there's an article saying that there's 18 countries pushing to do some sort of restriction or banning games like that involve minors, where they're kind of sucking you into this like slot machine of
minors as in kids.
Yes.
Not minors that go down and die.
So I think this all leads to that they're trying to, one, open up the game to people that it may have been banned in their country in the first place when the game was released. And with current players potentially losing access to the game, removing the pipes and just guaranteeing you can get an item just by buying it with rubies keeps other people playing the game because it's not going to be banned. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's interesting. A lot of people like the gambling aspect of games too.
Yeah.
So
well,
I think that
could be the problem.
Yeah, it was maybe they were giving Angela too many free items in the free falls. So
that's what I said earlier.
I broke it.
It's Angela's fault. She broke it.
They watched too many of my videos, too many of my free falls.
It's like, this can't go on any longer. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, they watched her videos and were like, you know how many more rubies we could collect if we did this way?
So this reminds me of the Me Suit Shop. Mm-hmm. This is what the Me Suit Shop is. And you can have your high-end item with silver, money, rubies. There's different ones each tour. The Me Suit Shop changes out Me Suits a little bit. This is a Me Suit Shop, but now it's your spotlights, it's your new items. I don't know what other items they'll be putting in there. Will these very rare items start coming back, or will it just be like an all clear pipe? Just the random,
the regular high ends that we
get.
Do you think it's gonna be like a Me shop, like where you just get the high end spotlight items, or do you think you can buy it and you like do a 10 pipe, or they'll give you like 10 items? And one of them's guaranteed to be the driver or cart or glider, like depending on what item you pick.
I don't know. I'm hoping they do something like that, because the other thing that, like, I like the guarantee, like, there's a gold chuck, I spend X number of rubies, I'm going to get him no matter what. But the downside is, like, if that's all it is, like you saw 70 or 100 rubies and you get the one item, like, then you don't get the normals or the supers chance. Where you could get coin replacement for them, or for what's maxed out, or just the additional upgrades on those items. So I hope it's more like a 10 pull.
Yeah.
And you're getting the item in it.
Otherwise, it's going to be a lot harder to collect coins.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
They need to up their coins. Does this put in jeopardy the other like pipes in the game, like the all clear pipe or the token shop pipe? I think no. I'm hoping no, that these pipes will still exist.
Those ones are at least free for end game. Like, you can't, the all clear pipe, the token shop pipe, that's not something that you can pay real world money to then get more, to have a better chance or guarantee something out of those items. So I think there's a chance those can stay.
It also says the pipe you can fire by using rubies will be removed. They didn't say by tokens, they didn't say by completing tubs, so they just said by rubies.
Maybe I'd be surprised if they took that away.
Maybe that means the free pipes that we get for getting so many stars will stick around, and we can get a chance at getting a free one without rubies then.
Let's hope.
Since they give it to us anyway. You just have to
those free pipes.
That's some big changes, but I mean, it might be nice. Depends on how they do it. Depends on how expensive they are.
So what do you guys think? Is it a yay or a nay? How do you think this is going to make you feel about Mario Kart Tour?
Ooh. Pipe pulls won't be that great of videos anymore, huh?
I think the pipe pull days are over. Like the next couple tours and we're done with pipe pull videos.
I know. That's such a huge part of the game and being a YouTube creator and stuff for this game.
Yeah, I think I would like to see them do a little something different than the Me Shop, where like, hey, you bought the Spotlight driver pack, and it's 100 rubies or something, and you get a 10 pull, and one of them's guaranteed to be the driver, and that's how I like to see them do it. And then the other 9 items could be, you have a kind of similar odds to that you have right now in pipe. So it'd be a little it'd be a little sad if they just went to like a strictly kind of me shop setup where 100 rubies, you just get the driver, and it's the speculation's kind of all gone out of it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to really see like what's the price point of these. So we have a good idea of like the me shop with either 70 rubies or 100 rubies if it's not the first time. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see that, and that'll kind of sway my decision. And also it'd be interesting to kind of see how many times they offer stuff like that. Is it 3 times or is it more? So
yeah, they're pretty traditional doing 3 times, but I mean, with the 100 pipes, you could pull them as much as long as you have rubies. So I'd prefer it if it was like a 10 pull. It's kind of, I think they're trying to get away from any kind of chance. So I think it's going to be like, here's the driver, the cart, and the glider, and you're spending the rubies on that particular item, and like you're getting it no matter what. So you know exactly what you're getting, and it's not like you're selecting like, I want to pick spotlight and see which one of them I get.
I would love it if you wanted all 3, if they'd give you a deal too, like here's 20% off if you want all 3, where I think the days are gone where you spend your rubies and you don't get what you want, which I like a lot. You'll be spending your rubies for exactly what you want.
What do you think the price point will be for these? I was thinking like for a spotlight driver it'd be like 150 or something. I think it'll be a little more than the me suits, in my opinion.
I was hoping it would be exactly like the me suits. Like if you want the spotlight from that tour, that tour specialty, so you get like, what is it, 30% off, 70 rubies. That's what I was hoping. And then I'm hoping the drivers are the 70, and then the carts and gliders are a little cheaper than that, since they're not like the big, draw items most of the time.
And then if it depends on if they're also basing it off of the 450 ruby pipes.
Right. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Is it, are they basing it off a 6-item pipe, a 9-item pipe, which they hardly ever do 12-item pipes, but that changes if you pull the pipe to the bottom to get every single item out, that changes the ruby cost per high end between those, and how are they going to balance that?
Yeah, I could see them doing something even more than 150 now you think about it. If they did like a 200 for the driver, and then like a 100 for the cart and 100 for the glider or something. So you're going to get to 400 to get them all or something like that.
But then what about the standard ones? Then you have to pay more than 450 to get, like if you wanted to get all 6 out of a 6 pipe.
Let's just hope it's not outrageously expensive.
I don't know, the way that they could do this very poorly in that sense, where you could have actually spent less rubies if you just saved up 450 and cleared the entire pipe.
Yeah, I was thinking it's going to be a little more than that, because like in order to, I think the banners are going to probably stay constant. So like I feel like if you bought one banner, a $140 banner, and they gave you 90 rubies in it, like to get the spotlight driver, it has to be kind of more than 90 rubies, because you most likely you wouldn't go into a pipe and do 2 10 pulls and get the driver out or something like that. So I was kind of thinking it'd be more than like the me suits, but I could be wrong. We'll kind of see how they have it set up. But
that's all. I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot though to try to get, like, to buy one,
especially for non-gold pass players, like free to play. Maybe the rubies, they'll add more rubies to the game. This seems like a huge update to me. I feel like it's all speculation, but yeah, it's going to be huge. And then they also know lots of other things are in the works too. So this is just like a first piece of everything that's coming. The content and timing of the updates are subject to change. We hope you continue to enjoy playing Mario Kart Tour.
I hope so too.
Like, it's interesting to think about. It's completely changing the game from like a gambling game to you save, you get game. And then if you didn't save enough, real world money is coming into play. My question to you guys is, what do we say for advice? Knowing this update's coming, what's our advice for the next couple of tours and people's rubies?
I'm personally saving all mine, but I also have 6 rubies right now.
And not.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, it's all speculation, right?
Yeah.
We don't have an idea of like how much it's going to be. If we knew that, we could probably give you a little bit more informed decisions. Yeah, I think it's like spend your rubies how you still want. It's still a fun game. Just relax and kind of enjoy it. So
yeah, if there's a driver you really want, if you want the new Luigi that's coming here, go for him. Like, don't pass on a driver you really want just because there's an update and we don't know what that means.
That's kind of how I feel. I'd say if it's a can't miss item and you have enough rubies, go for it. But if you're like, nothing's really tempting you, maybe saving is a good idea because you could be really impressed with the spotlight shop. It's a possibility. Everyone would be like, I love this. I finally get what I want. I'm trying to keep it positive and hope that we'll really like this spotlight shop.
I think it could be really good. I don't know. I feel like there's 2 big ways it could go, depending on how they do this.
I think the good news is like if there was like a 450 ruby pipe and you wanted to get into it for a certain item, like a cart, like it won't be as big a deal in the future. It sounds like because you can kind of go right after that cart and just buy that cart. So like stuff like that, it's a good thing, but you probably aren't going to get as good of deals as I was thinking for spending your rubies. I think they're going to be more expensive than people think. That's my thought.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it all comes out. Any other thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Well, kind of like what Mark was saying, like if there's a specific cart or glider that you wanted, like we went in during the Bowser Tour for the Red Off-Roader, or like the Silver King. Apparently that's going to be in a shop. You can just straight buy it now. That like if there's an item that you need for coverage or just it's your favorite that you've never had or just new, like you can just get it.
Right. I love that.
That's pretty great.
Did you watch my Silver King full, Mark?
Not yet.
You're gonna like it.
I have stuff called work to do.
Well, no, you'll like it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean the other thing is if it's going to set up very similar to the Mii shop, how do you get your coins now? For like more advanced people that have stuff closed out is going to be a lot harder. Maybe a more coin rush or something like that, because the days of like the best way to spend rubies right now is to kind of get everything closed out and then go after like spotlight items that you really want and get coins on top of that and then use your coins to buy your tickets. But if you're kind of just, changing rubies right into coins, that might be the only option going forward.
When you make this big of a change for one of the currencies of the games, you have to change the other currencies. Like it's all weighted, right? They're all changed. If you're changing the weight of one, you have to change the weight of the other one. You kind of have to remake the whole system. So I'm curious what they're gonna do. I'm curious.
Like, the other point that Ryan had was like it sounds like this was kind of forced on them more than probably what they wanted to do, just with some of the regulations in countries. So that's kind of a little interesting to me as well.
Yeah, I think it can bode well for the longevity of the game because they're potentially adding more player base that have never had a chance to play, and then keeping player base that potentially we're going to be losing the access to the game within the next couple of months. Because there are some people on Discord that were talking that I think they were from Netherlands that they were not going to be able to play soon because of the regulations going in. So hopefully this means that they can continue playing and maybe more people will be able to, and potentially the game will last longer because of it.
I might have gotten a lot of write-ins of frustration too. I spent this many rubies and didn't get the one thing I felt that way. I think we've all felt that way where we're just like, we need this one thing and you're spending 450 rubies to get it at the bottom. And that can be so frustrating.
Yeah. The other good thing is like, it's probably a lot easier to plan the game out now. And like ruby costs once you kind of figure out how much stuff costs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like, hey, it could be 0 rubies or it could be 450 or whatever. So
yeah.
All right. That's our thoughts on this update. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what your thoughts are. Are you excited? Are you mad? Are you somewhere in between? We're all kind of excited, I think. We're all interested to see what'll happen. So we are on Instagram and Twitter at Tour de Cart. Keep racing and hold your rubies.
Hold your rubies.
Hold your rubies.
Bye, everyone.